Welcome back to Think Thrice Problem Solving. Today we're going to be solving a fun geometry problem. So the problem we have today is a triangular pyramid, and we want to find the cosine of the angle that bisects one of the sides, that goes from the bisection point of one of the sides to the opposite corners of this triangular pyramid. So if you'd like to give this a shot, go ahead and pause the video and try on your own. And this is a regular triangular pyramid, so all the sides are equal. Otherwise, let's go ahead and jump into the solution. So what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is look at this side over here. So one side of our triangular pyramid. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out that side of our triangular pyramid. So I know each side is equal to 1, which means that each one of these little guys is equal to 1/2, because I'm going to the bisection point. So let's go ahead and look at one of these triangles to figure out what the length of this side B is. So I can see that B squared plus 1/4 is equal to 1 squared, which tells me that B squared is equal to 3/4, and subsequently B is equal to square root of 3 over 2. Okay, so I can see that B is square root of 3 over 2. And so is this guy. So this guy is square root of 3 over 2 as well, due to symmetry. So now let's look at this other triangle. So let's look at the triangle made up by this opposite side and the two red lines bisecting the sides of this triangular pyramid. So if we do that, we're going to have a new triangle, where we have this side, which is of side length 1, and then I have these two sides, who are each root 3 over 2. So it's an isosceles triangle. What I can do is, once again, I can look at this triangle here and use the Pythagorean theorem, and now I can solve for this line C. So when I do that, I can see that I get 1/2 squared, so 1/4, plus C squared is equal to 3 over 4, which gives me C squared is equal to 1/2, or C is equal to 1 over square root of 2. So what I notice here is that in this triangle, this angle is the angle theta. And I know that if I broke it up, I could see the inside angle, so the smaller angle is going to be theta over 2. So I know that cosine of theta over 2 is equal to C over root 3 over 2, which is equal to 1 over square root of 2 over square root of 3 divided by 2, which is just going to be equal to the square root of 2 divided by the square root of 3. All right, so we're making some progress here. But how can I get cosine of theta from cosine of theta over 2? So let's go ahead and look at our double angle formulas. So I know that cosine of alpha squared is equal to 1 plus cosine of 2 alpha over 2. So if I had cosine of theta over 2 squared, that would be equal to 1 plus cosine of theta over 2. So you can clearly see how this is going to help us. So let's go ahead and use this equation over here and solve for theta. So we're going to get cosine of theta is equal to 2 times cosine of theta over 2 squared minus 1. And now I have all the pieces I need. So let's go ahead and plug this guy into our equation. And we're going to end up with cosine of theta is equal to 2 times root 2 over root 3 squared minus 1. So cosine of theta is equal to 2 times 2/3 minus 1, which is 4/3 minus 1. And my final answer is cosine of theta is equal to 1 over 3. And that is my solution. So hopefully you were able to figure this out on your own. If you weren't, maybe the next one. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you have your own video that you'd like me to do, or your own problem, please submit it and I'll make a video for you. Otherwise, as you're working through problems and you start to get stuck, never forget to think thrice.